today we're going to go over how to use the suckers on your tomato plants to make your own tomato plants to use later in the summer or even for your fall crop. You don't have to go back to the farm store to buy your own tomatoes for later in the season. You can make your own. So I started doing this last year, and the thing I loved about it is I could wait until I decided which tomatoes were my favorite variety, and then I could just multiply those tomatoes by using the suckers. It's so much faster than using the seed starting method, and it really gives you a jump start on getting some late summer and some fall tomatoes going. So I'm going to show you how to identify a sucker. Okay, as you'll notice, I spent a good bit of time today taking all the leaves off of the bottom row of my tomatoes, just because I don't want anything touching the mulch or the ground, because that can get disease introduced to the plant. So as you'll notice right there, that is a sucker. This is the leaf branch, and that's a sucker. So it's very easy. Y'all excuse my fingernails in my hands. Ooh, I've been working in the garden today, so it's very easy. All you got to do when they're small like this is just snap them off like that, and that is a sucker. Okay, so here's my sucker, and I use this root hormone. I've had this a while. It lasts a long time. So you basically just take your sucker and dip it in the water just to wet the end of the tomato sucker, and then you just dip it in the rooting hormone. You can see this lasts a long time, the rooting hormone does. Then dig a little hole down in the soil, plant it as deep as you can, and you're good to go. You do have to make sure that you keep it moist the whole time. I usually just put these in a plastic, just an old shirt box, and keep water in the bottom of the box to make sure there's water coming up and keeping them moist. And then you'll have a good, nice little tomato plant ready to go in about 10 to 14 days. So works really well. It's always a good idea to date when you started this sucker. Usually it takes about 10 to 14 days to have a good root development. So you're going to need to put the date on there when you actually root those suckers. Gardening can't solve all the world's problems, but it sure is a good place to start. Y'all go grow something to eat.